composition. A lot of it is going to depend on that execution in the top lane for Rascal. If he gets ahead, I feel like the game just ends at that point because there's no coming back from that. But if he goes even and a lot of the rest of the game is kind of split, the objective fights are good for Gen G, then I feel like, you know, they're still going to be in a good place. I feel like for, you know, the opposite side of things for Live Sandbox, they really need to push an early lead and get a tempo advantage or they're going to fall off super hard.
Yeah, and I also think that Rascal might need some help towards the top side as well, so it's not necessarily the greatest opportunity to pick up Akali. It is Rascal's Akali, right, which is why we're excited, but still can be a little bit dangerous in the matchup, especially with Croco if he's going to be focusing top side. But we'll just have to see how it goes. I think that as far as like how everything works together, Sandbox have put themselves together a really nice composition, but there's certainly so much comfort coming out of Gen G, and Gen G do like to play around that and can be very scary when they're all just happy with the champions they have. Gets banned a lot here in Korea.
Yeah, something that we were seeing him play support into was a lot of all that thought.
Yep, Croco coming on in here, looking for BDD. Flawless is going to turn up. Not sure whether he's too late or not, but it looks like he's on time. Croco just turns back, boops him. No Ragnarok available for Flawless. And no Crash is going to go down. Croco thinking about stopping Flawless from taking this Drake right now. I don't think there's too much vision, actually, and Croco and Effort, both of them looking for BDD, still has Flash available, as there's the Emperor's Divide, and Croco can't get over it, of course. Effort comes on in with the Flash, but BDD has a Flash of his own, and he'll make it out. So, they do get BDD's Flash, but they do need one in order to trade for it.
Yeah, and they also give the Drake over, as well as a turret plate in the bottom lane. So through, he's got a lot of disruption, right? He's really good at those early skirmishes, but if he doesn't, you know, you're going to have a big problem.
Croco has a big problem himself as Heroic Entrance is going to come through, but Effort maybe regrets that decision. BDD, Emperor's Divide onto 2. Croco going to be chased down by the Olaf. Rascal might be delivered the kill, and he is. Shockwave not going to find any joy at all as Fate comes on in, but now Rascal's here as well, gets the second of the perfect execution, and Effort gets taken down, conquered by the sands of BDD. Now Summit, yeah, it looks like his world is ending as he's just going to leave. Top lane at the same time, Rascal still hasn't gone back yet as he throws out the ultimate, looking for some extra damage onto Summit. The Ignite already down. We'll see whether the perfect execution is going to land. It doesn't, as the backflip also goes wide, and Summit is able to walk away with his life. Nice. And this is the Gen G that we got used to in their first few games. They've since gotten worse, but now Undertow's flying on forward. Flawless, though, decides that he doesn't want to fight this. As teleports coming through from our top lane, as there's the Shockwave onto 4 members, but Summit is just eviscerated. BDD off to the side, looks for the Emperor's Divide, but doesn't get it onto Croco, who flashes his way out. I think I rhymed by accident there, but that's okay, as there's the flash forward on the Justice Punch. BDD, once again, flashing away from the Gargoyle.
They are going to rush over to contest this. This could be a disaster for Live Sandbox. The collapse comes through.
Yep, we got the Zenith Blade to come down here as well. Solar Flare is flashed out of there by Fate. Shockwave picks up one of them. BDD makes his way back. Definitely a high-value target as Emperor's Divide doesn't do too much. Now Rascal finds himself between a rock and a hard place, but Croco is going to bite the dust first. Taken down by Flawless, is now Shirley continuing to get frustrated within this one. Rascal quite low. Summit deciding he wants to take matters into his own hands. Not sure whether it's the greatest move as life comes on over, and Summit's just going to be smited. And Shirley will join the Gen G fold.
Yeah, the Emperor's Divide, too, is going to get so much value out of this Drake. I mean, they have 2 amazing ults for engage. As Rascal just has no fear here. He probably should.
Yeah, might have wanted a bit more fear than that. Does, of course, have the ultimate available as old Justice Punch doesn't connect. Summit looking to get over the wall. Remember, this is the perfect game, Rascal. Don't play with our hearts like this. As he's going to make it out. Teleport available, and the Drake has been started. They can't lose this either. If you make this a 50-50 and lose the Drake, I'm going to be very upset, Gen G.
So anti-hype.
They are looking to fight it. Yep, teleport coming through from Rascal. He's seeing whether he can do it, seeing whether they can get this fight. His life flashes on forward. Shuriken backflip doesn't connect. The Drake is taken by Gen G, and BDD locks down the Gargoyle. And look at Flawless just obliterating the backline. Shockwave does absolutely nothing. Summit trying to be a hero. Life goes down. No! The perfect game is over as Croco is now going to be the next target. Gen G still going to win this game. You got to take what you can get, right, guys? As Flawless should be able to find an undertow. No, it's an Udyr, remember? So maybe you'll just... No, Reckless Swing, never mind.
Starting Baron, they're not, actually, in fact. So Live Sandbox is kind of doing a little ringer on the rosy.
Oh, no. You're
He's got
saying
his
what
Banshee
you want.
Veil. But no.
But he's still mega dead. It's like I love
game is
Jonas
getting-
Strong toggles the vision off as well, so that we all get terrified. It might even
Now they're
get
gonna take
Baron
the
over to
Baron.
them as well.
Yeah. This game is
Real
just sad,
dicey.
Atlas. We didn't even get the
It is.
perfect game.
That's what I'm sad about. As a 6,000.6k gold leaders, BDD puts up the wall. I think that was intentional, actually, just to make sure that it works like a Weaver's wall, and that guarantees the Baron. So for any of you throwing Keck W's in the chat, I would stop as in goes Effort, looks for the taunt, but only finds it onto Flawless, who doesn't get taunted. He's going to grab the kill onto the Gargoyle first up. That's a one-man shockwave, but immediately Rascal gets back in. Perfect execution, gets an afterthought Samira kill, and Croco's now trying to run away. Life, can he actually get the stun onto the Udyr? That's the question, as there's a Shuriken backflip, and Summit will be the next in line. Life goes golden just to taunt the man in the Live Sandbox top lane. That's your Omen ace, and that should be the game. And everything is now Life going in once again. Croco just going to wander his way out. Infernal Chains mean absolutely nothing. That's a dead Summit. I would be more excited about it, but it feels like there's an air of inevitability right now for Gen G as Effort tries to run away. Rascal underneath this inner turret. You've got Udyr still running, giving some thumbs up, but it's not a thumbs up towards a victory. It's a thumbs up to get me into game number 2. I'm done with this one.
BDD going deep.
Yeah, there's the Empress Divide. Special delivery on the Orianna. She gets a shockwave, but it's not going to really do too much as Leo. Oh, the last couple of feathers from Ruler. Cool guys don't look at explosions either now as Croco looking for the Xayah, but I don't think he really wants to find it. Maybe settle on the fountain at this point in time and just wait before that game number 2 rolls around as perfect execution out from Rascal. Wants to be able to take down Croco here. Gets onto the fountain, grabs the kill, goes golden, and that will be the ace for Gen G. Heroic effort. The only death for Rascal was on his terms this game. Flawless as well. Phenomenal performance, and this is the Gen G reinvigorated.
In terms of its CC right now, that's why we're seeing it in the LCK. Damage
Yeah,
output
and let's have
here
a look
pretty
at this
nice
damage
too.
graph. Yeah, exactly right. Azir doing a lot of work, but as well as Ruler and Rascal, just everyone on Gen G participating. What feels like a whole lot more than that on the side of Live Sandbox. We were talking about Summit a lot during that game, and you can see he was trying his little heart out, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. And once again, it's another Samira game where she does about a quarter of the damage of her lane opposition, and it's not feeling great.
Yeah, and the Udyr as well. These are 2 tempo-based champions that really need to get online early and find value, especially at Samira at either 6 or at the Immortal Shield Bow level, or that power spike.
Yeah.
We're back after Live Sandbox versus Gen G, the 2 teams with a losing streak, and Gen G was able to take game number 1. What's your take on the draft, guys? We were expecting the lane pressure coming out from Gen G, right? Yes, I think Gen G was able to kind of guarantee the lane priority in all 3 lanes. In addition to that, on the side of Gen G, we were expecting Xayah or Khan getting completed for B2 and B3, but this time around BDD had an early lock-in for Azir for BDD. And BDD was able to show the reason why he was doing this Azir duty in this game. I'm really curious about this Samira getting locked in for B1. Samira is a champion that cannot really play proactively by herself, so there is no merit in terms of B1 pick for Samira. So other picks would have been a lot better in order to utilize and capitalize on the points of B1 pick. And also Gen G was really smart opting out the Rel and Alistar, some of the initiation card away from Live Sandbox, and they were able to get that Leona for the support pick. Let's take a look how Gen G was able to hold a strong lead in the early game. Live Sandbox was getting too greedy for that Herald, and Gen G was able to actually solidify their lead. Based on BDD's lane priority, Orianna had to find her reset timing because she used all of her corrupting pots. But they were aware of this information that Gen G's mid and jungle duos were setting up for the the Herald. So Croco, even though Oriana was resetting, he got a little bit greedy, so he rotated over to the Herald, so he got engaged on due to the lack of the vision. And the bad news is Azir and Akali, champions that even gets fed with those bonus kills, were able to pick up those kills. So Azir and Akali, Rascal and BDD was able to actually step a huge step forward. Liv Sandbox was a little bit in a hurry because they wanted to stop Genji from getting that Herald and slow down their snowball pace, but they were not able to pull that off. And let's take a look at the highlight where Genji was able to sweep out all of the Liv Sandbox player. And we want to point out the importance of the Drake's stats here. So Genji already reached the soul point. So Genji had this agenda to open the fight, whereas Liv Sandbox were a little bit more like forced to take this fight, and they had to group up in order to stop Genji's Dragon Soul. But Akali was able to get her reset and join this team fight with TP. So, because Liv Sandbox took this team fight, Genji was easily able to pick up a lot of kills here. And Udyr was looking for a huge turnaround kill over there, but actually Olaf was able to put into the fountain. If Liv Sandbox decided to go for that fight, well, actually they should have gone a little bit more like all-in style, because they were looking a little bit sloppy in that fight. And the POG will go over to the hand up Life and Leona. Life is the one that sets up everything for Genji. He's the start of all the team fights, and it would have been a very kind of difficult for Croco to expect Life to be there for a backup. There aren't many standouts in the support role here in the LCK, but Life, he is definitely one of the superstar support player here in the LCK. And you know, these days, mostly the top side players are picking up the POGs, but Life, he is actually the one keeps showing his outstanding performance down on the bottom lane. And also that flank angle was really on point in order to clean out all the kills, and one of the most controversial POG results coming in, but Life managed to get the casting votes in order to lock down that POG. And we can also interpret that all of the Genji players are doing a fantastic job in this game. And Leona is also on a 7-game win streak. Liv Sandbox is really desperate for this win in order to get away from the lower bottom of the LCK, so let's take a look at game number 2.